From WNDU TV, this is 16 News Now, Saturday morning.
Coming up on 16 News Now Saturday morning, the Supreme Court officially puts an end to the constitutional right to end abortion that's been guaranteed for a half century by Roe v. Wade. Plus, the Piano Man is about to sing us a song, what you need to know if you're headed to the Billy Joel concert at Notre Dame Stadium tonight. And you're taking a live look right outside our WNDU studios. Our annual Shred-a-thon for a 16-pack of backpack is today. It's a great opportunity to protect your identity while also helping Michiana kids. We'll tell you how you can get involved coming up. Before we get to all that, we'll take a live look at Notre Dame Stadium. That's where the concert's going to get started at 8 o'clock. Billy Joel is coming to town, and he's going to pack Notre Dame Stadium. The regular crowd, normally coming in on a Saturday for football game, is going to be singing the tunes of the Piano Man. But first, Gary Siebert joins me in the First Alert Weather Lab to break down our weekend weather. How's it going, Gary?
Going great, Jack. Actually, it's going to be a nice day today. Looks a little bit cloudier than we've been used to lately, but we've got a big event going on. I've turned our WNDU sky view over just a little bit farther to the east so that you can see our east parking lot. Now, we were showing you the one over here earlier. This is our little driveway. You can see the traffic coming in so we can divert either direction. We've got Shred-it trucks back in the back. We've got other shredder trucks up in the front. And you won't have to wait in line at all. It's going to be a very quick moving thing. So the Shred-a-thon going on today supports our 16-pack of backpack campaign. So every dollar that's spent, is going to help those kids get ready for school next year. 69 degrees currently here. Take a look at Michigan City, where there's some dredging going on there near the lighthouse and the entrance to the harbor there. Washington Park and the beach in the foreground. Let's take a look up at St. Joe, where the railroad bridge is now closed. It was open a little bit while ago for river traffic, but 68 degrees there. Let's take a look at satellite radar, and you can see what appears to be something kind of nasty coming our way, but actually this is going to fall apart. A lot of this is going to stay in western Illinois and out in Iowa and parts of Wisconsin. The frontal boundary is a little bit farther to the west, so these are going to dry out. They'll be coming through here overnight tonight, and we do have a chance of a few sprinkles scattered around, hopefully not during the concert. But as far as the weekend forecast is concerned, we're going to cool down quite a bit from a high of 92 today to a high of 82 tomorrow and a high of only 78 on Monday. So definitely some relief on the way, at least temporarily. We'll have more details on that forecast coming up. Jack.
We'll check in with you in just a little bit, but it was a day that many Americans saw coming following last month's leaked draft opinion showing that the Supreme Court would overturn Roe v. Wade, the landmark abortion rights case protecting a woman's right to choose to have an abortion. On Friday, the High Court officially overturned that ruling. NBC's Bree Jackson has the latest from the Supreme Court.
No justice! No peace!
Reality sinking in this morning following nationwide protest after the Supreme Court overturned the constitutional right to an abortion. In a 6-3 split, justices on the High Court sided with a Mississippi law that bans almost all abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy. Justices also striking down Roe v. Wade in a 5-4 split, which protected a woman's right to get an abortion for half a century.
I wasn't surprised, but I was disappointed nonetheless.
We are grateful for this decision. We celebrate it. We welcome it.
President Biden promising to protect a woman's right to an abortion.
My administration will use all of its appropriate lawful powers.
Legal abortion on demand!
Legal abortion on demand! While the decision is shocking, it is not a surprise. An early draft leaked in May. Justice Samuel Alito, along with 4 of the bench's conservative justices, called Roe egregiously wrong and deeply damaging. And in a scathing dissent, the liberal wing of the court says the draconian opinion will curtail women's rights and their status as free and equal citizens. Today's ruling will increase bans on abortions nationwide, with 13 states preparing for trigger laws to take effect immediately.
The right to life has been vindicated.
It's a slap in the face to women about using their own judgment.
Nearly 50 years of policy abandoned, forcing women across the country into potentially risky health care decisions. In Washington, Bree Jackson for NBC News.
And with the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, access to abortion is now in the hands of state governments. Here's how some academic leaders in the Hoosier State are reacting to the landmark decision.
I think this is almost exactly what the draft sort of foreshadowed, namely returning the question of abortion to the political branches of government to be resolved through the democratic process, which is by the way, what we did in America up until 1973, and it's also what's done in almost every country around the world to resolve it through the democratic process, not through a process of submitting to unelected judges.
If you have the money and the ability and the privilege to travel, you will be able to still access legal abortion. But if you don't, people will choose other methods that can be definitely dangerous and potentially life-threatening in order to have control over their ability of when to become pregnant.
And stay with us as we continue our coverage on this landmark decision. We'll have more coming up in our next half hour. Now to a traffic alert in Mishawaka. A section of North Main Street is expected to reopen today. The section from McKinley Avenue to Catalpa Drive has been blocked off due to emergency water main repairs that actually started on Monday. Now the city says the road will reopen to drivers by 5 p.m. today. Until then, drivers should use Grape Road as the detour. And happening today, the Piano Man is getting ready to bring his show to Notre Dame Stadium. Billy Joel is set to perform in front of thousands of people tonight, 2 years after the concert's original date of June 20th, 2022. So if you're heading to the concert tonight, here's what you need to know. Parking lots open at 10 a.m. with gates opening at 6 p.m. Then the concert kicks off at 8 p.m. Tailgating will be allowed in the lots when they open up all the way through 7 p.m. For more information, head to the link on your screen or head to the story on our website. And coming up, Gary's got a full look at your weekend weather, plus we'll check on things outside as today is our annual Shred-a-thon for 16 Pack a Backpack. We'll be right back. Well, take a look at this. This trio has found a way to beat the heat thanks to the Oregon Zoo. The zoo posted this video on social media showing their river otters taking a break from the high temperatures by playing in a bucket of ice.
Yeah, the post called them triple rascals on the rocks. I would have preferred there's nothing odder than this. As you can see, the otters thought the ice was pretty cool. According to the National Weather Service, the heat wave will continue in Portland this weekend. Yeah, taking a look at that weather out on the West Coast. How about we turn our attention back here into Michiana after some poetry? Yeah, and there's nothing odder than my poetry, too. You know, some would say. Anyway, the weather could be worse, as we like to say. Did you notice that Terry McFadden was like really happy yesterday? Did you notice that? Terry McFadden is super excited on Thursday. He was jumping and jivey. His Pistons, just like Wrigley Field, will now be covered in ivy. Hey, that's three happy news people, you, me, and Terry. Yeah, so Jaden Ivey goes to the Detroit Pistons in the first round of the NBA draft. And congratulations, too, to Wesley, who was drafted from Notre Dame and goes to the San Antonio Spurs. So two Northern Indiana, Michiana basketball players going in the first round of the NBA draft. I don't think that's ever happened, has it? Is that what we're saying? We've had some first round choices. It's been a long time, but two in the first round is pretty amazing. So I know Terry's happy. We'll see. And, you know, I'm waiting for a big fight to break out on the anchor set between Lauren and Terry because Lauren's an Avalanche fan in hockey and he's a Red Wings fan. So anything could happen. You never know. 69 degrees currently at WNDU as we look at the parking lot. This is our east parking lot. You can see we have two of them, and we've got them both busy. I'll step out. You can see the traffic coming through here, and they can divert in either direction. So we will not keep you waiting if you want to bring any of your sensitive papers and documents, anything that might have your identity on them, social security numbers, tax information, anything of that sort. Just bring it on in. We'll get it shredded for you, and for a minimum $5 donation, that money goes to help support 16 Pack a Backpack, which will get kids ready for school. 69 degrees as we look at Notre Dame Stadium. Billy Joel's going to take the stage later on tonight, hopefully without any rain showers. We do see a few clouds out there, but all of this is likely to dry out by the time the concert starts later on this evening. We may get some sprinkles overnight tonight. Some dredging going on out at Michigan City near the lighthouse and the entrance to the harbor there. You can see Washington Park here in the foreground where a lot of people will probably be checking out the beach with the temperatures getting up to 90 inland today, but closer to 80 right along the shoreline because of that cold water. St. Joe Benton Harbor, same thing, 68 degrees right now. You can see the train bridge is currently open for train traffic as opposed to river traffic. It goes right and turns that way, and that's the sound it makes too when they want to get boats through. Let's take a look at satellite radar, and you can see the clouds on the increase here. So we will see kind of a mostly cloudy day. There will be breaks in that cloud. We'll see some sunshine from time to time, and it is going to be hot. It's going to get up around 91 today, but you can see all this mess out here. We could actually use that rain, and it looks like they're getting a decent amount of it in eastern Iowa and into northwestern Illinois, but a lot of that is going to stall out. The front that's out there is not really moving this way that quickly, and it is likely to come through here overnight tonight. so it could generate a few sprinkles, but we're not looking to see anything really heavy duty. Temperatures in the 60s for the most part around all of Michiana. We've got 71-degree reading currently at Shipshewana. It's starting to heat up over in Chicago where it's 73. The beach forecast, if you're headed up along the shoreline today, you'll find the air temperature in the low 80s for a high as opposed to the 90s here inland. And the difference is that the water temperature, the big lake, is still in the 60s, and so it's keeping things sort of naturally air conditioned along there. There'll be some sky cover still. The UV index is 7. That's high, so you want to slather on the sunscreen today. And one good piece of information is that the swim risk is in the low category today. Waves are about a foot with light south winds. Now that will be increasing probably to the moderate category tomorrow when we start to see some northwest winds and a little bit breezier, so those could be 3 to 5 foot waves tomorrow. Jetstream energy, you can see some of this coming through tonight. As I said, it's not really impressive, but we'll probably get a little bit of rain that comes through in the overnight hours tonight. All of that gets out of here, and then you can kind of see this drought pattern continuing. We really haven't had much rain, and we don't expect to see much as this sort of dome of heat sticks around. Now, Monday and Tuesday will be a bit cooler. That's nice. We'll get some relief there. But by Thursday, again, temperatures back up near or above 90 degrees. Satellite radar combination, again, we'll show you this storm system out here to the west of us, but you notice that it's kind of not really tied into the frontal systems yet. Those are a little bit farther west, and so there is a little bit of activity there in eastern Illinois and eastern Iowa and western Illinois. But for us, just a few high clouds out there, and you'll see on future track that we'll kind of get a few breaks here and there from time to time. And then these sprinkles will try to move in later on in the afternoon. This is by 3 o'clock. You can see just some scattered showers down to the southwest and out over the lake. By later on tonight, again, they sort of fall apart as they come through here. So this is by 11 o'clock. Concert should be wrapping up by then, and maybe just a few sprinkles in the overnight hours by, say, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. All of that gets out of here, though, and so by mid-morning tomorrow, things looking very clear, and then the skies clear out completely once again, and we get a lot of sunshine coming back in. So your 10-day forecast, another hot one today with a high near 92 degrees. We will see, kind of I would say, broken clouds out there most of the day. You might see some sunshine, but kind of a cloudy day. And then for tomorrow, we break back into the sunshine after some showers and thunderstorms possible tonight. And you can see those temperatures. Nice relief on Monday with a high of only 78, but back into the 90s by the end of the week.
Yeah, going back to the draft real quick. Yeah. Blake Wesley going to the Spurs makes me so happy because that's my original favorite basketball team, and I like all Detroit sports, so the Pistons had an incredible draft. What do you think of that one?
I think that, I'm always happy to see where people are going to go in the draft. It's great to see the local guys get drafted. On the other hand, I'm kind of selfish. I'd like to see Jaden Ivey stay at Purdue. I'd like to see Blake Wesley stay at Notre Dame because I just like to see them play. But I understand from their point of view, that's a lot of money to turn down.
Well, I am questioning Lauren Moss's Avalanche fandom because I know she's from Chicago. That's some Blackhawk fan behavior.
Fan. Yeah.
To do anything to irritate Red Wings fans.
Yeah, both the Blackhawks and the Avs are not exactly the favorites of us Red Wings fans.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, Lauren Moss and Christine Karsten are hanging around this morning because it's our Shred-a-thon event, allowing folks to get rid of some important documents the right way.
Yeah, we have Lauren and Christine. We didn't get Terry because we didn't want Donnybrook in the parking lot, but Lauren's out there this morning shredding something, and I don't think she's shredding Terry. So.
Tarps off.
No. See, we would fight. See, I'm kind of a bandwagon fan for the Avalanche. My brother lives out in Denver. I went to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals game last week. It was awesome, but Blackhawks have my heart. Anyways, guys, we are talking about a very important event. I'm joined right now with Debbie Coble, Goodwill President, CEO. Thank you so much for being here. We really couldn't do this without you guys. You guys help us put the backpacks together, and it's so important for you to be out here.
We just enjoy being a part of it. When we got asked about 6 years ago to join this great community event, we were just thrilled to do it because we know these are so important to get in the hands of kids for education.
And Debbie, let's talk about it. Times are hard right now for so many families. I'm sure you're seeing that firsthand.
Absolutely, we are. Everything is costing more, so I'm sure the need is going to be even greater. Last year we did about 4,300 backpacks. And so, those are going to go so very quickly in our communities.
And let's say if people can't get out here for the Shred-a-thon, they can still write a check to Goodwill, is that right?
Absolutely. You can either write a check or you can actually go online. Just make sure that you designate it for a backpack so that we make sure that it is in the right pot of money, if you would. And then all that money just goes straight to buying supplies.
Well, Debbie, like I said, we couldn't do this without you.
We appreciate being part of it.
Thank you so much for being here. Let's go find Christine. I'm not sure where she is. We'll check in with you soon. Oh, here she is. She's trying to ride in style right now. What's going on, Christine?
We are going to go take a little bit of a ride in this golf cart because we got to show you what is going on here at WND. Whoa! So we have two parking lots because we have so many people. We're heading to the other one because look at all these cars. How awesome is this?
This is awesome. And honestly, hang on a little bit.
Yeah, hang on.
Ooh, it went fast. But look can you see the line of cars right now? This is amazing to see. And again, so many people are coming out to help Michiana kids at the same time, which just is a win-win for everybody involved here.
Yeah, 16 pack a backpack. Every single penny that you bring in goes back to the kids right here in Michiana for school supplies. So if you're a car, you're going to come through this route and you're going to go by. Integra has 6 trucks here today to get your unwanted documents, and these guys are awesome. They are shredding all this stuff on site, and it's so safe to do so.
And the easiest part, you don't even have to leave your car.
No.
You can sit in your car. Look, the guys do all the work for you.
They take it all. That's why they have so many muscles. This is their workout today. So they're taking your stuff, putting it in bins. Those go straight up into the truck to get shredded. So we're asking for a $5 minimum donation. But we want more than that if possible because, again, every single penny is going back to kids right here in Michiana.
And as you heard from Debbie, it's so needed right now. Times are hard for everyone. So please come on out, have some fun with us, and save your identity too. Protect your identity.
Yeah.
Come on out.
We are going to be here until noon, but not a minute after, so make sure you get here now. It's packing up, but we have time and room for you. So hopefully we'll see you soon. Jack, back to you guys.
All right, what an awesome tour of the parking lot and the Shred-a-thon event that's going on today. Lauren and Christine taking 16 News Now Saturday morning.
A little worried about the safety of the driver there, huh?
Exactly.
Double cart live shot.
Exactly. Maybe a little distracted, but taking 16 News Now Saturday morning on the road. That's always fun. And coming up, a seminal moment.
Yeah, after taking the Notre Dame baseball team all the way to the College World Series for the first time in 20 years, Link Jarrett will now coach his alma mater, the Florida State Seminoles. Say it ain't so, Link. He is going to be, of course, the missing Link. We will have the details when we come back.
New details, Notre Dame's baseball coach is headed to Florida. Link Jarrett has been named the 10th head coach at Florida State University. This comes after he led the Irish to the College World Series for just the 3rd time in our school history. Jarrett will be formally introduced at Florida State on Monday. No word yet on who will be taking over here at Notre Dame. And coming up, a Grubhub order saves a woman from a hostage situation in New York. Hear the amazing story when we come back. Welcome back. A Grubhub order saves a woman from a hostage situation in New York. Take a look.
Surveillance video from inside the Chipper Truck Cafe. Employees get a food order via Grubhub for an Irish breakfast sandwich, a hamburger, and something else. A plea for help.
When I see the message on the paper, I say, just call the police and don't send the food.
The message from a woman being held against her will by a man she met online, identified by police as Kamoy Royal. She placed the food order via Grubhub, and under special instructions, the message read in part, "Please call the police. Please don't make it obvious." Owner Alice Bernejo says she always reminds her employees to read the entire order.
They know, check it, make sure and check it before it all goes into the bag. And thankfully, that's what saved the girl.
Employees called NYPD. Police responded to this home on Pratt Avenue in the Bronx. Royal answered the door thinking the food was arriving, but instead it was police who arrested him.
You never think that these things happens, but obviously, happens. And we just glad that we can help.
The 24-year-old victim is safe. Royal is facing a laundry list of charges. The owners of the Chipper Truck Cafe posted the harrowing saga online as a warning.
I wanted people to know if it ever happened to them or if they were in that situation, this is something that they can do and this can help them.
And today, they received an unexpected call from Grubhub.
And he was so happy about what we did, and he offered us $5,000 for just doing what we did and paying attention to the notes.
And we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more of today's top stories, plus another check at your weekend First Alert weather forecast. We'll be right back